What's going on, Bills fans? This is Bills Latest. We are brought to you by FanArc. And how many people caught the Joe Brady and Pat McAfee interview yesterday? I'll tell you what, man. They were all happy. Josh made an appearance. Bean made an appearance. How often do you see that in NFL franchises? Talk about PR overflow. Everything's fine here, no fire here. And I don't know if anybody caught it, but as soon as they let McDermott go, they interviewed Brady. ASAP. How wild is that? So you know what that tells me? This was a plan the whole time by Buffalo. If McDermott did not reach a Super Bowl, this was the route they were going to go. Everything else was just a show. Pretend coach search. It was basically up to Brady for him to lose the job, to lose the interview. And there was no way he was going to lose that interview with Josh Allen being in the room. Now, he says Josh didn't lob up any questions. There was a separation of church and state. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. It just all feels slimy. The way this went down. And boy, I'll tell you, you better hit on Joe Brady now. He says he cannot wait for Josh to throw a pick so he can celebrate with his defense. Also said he's not the offensive coordinator, but he's still going to be calling plays. Make that make sense. There's just a lot of bullshit around this whole thing. This whole thing. Then he goes on to say Keon Coleman will be fine. He wanted Coleman. So apparently he was one of the coaches that wanted Coleman. But Pagula said that wasn't Bean's fault. The coaching staff wanted Coleman. There's just a lot of mental gymnastics to have to play with this one, folks. Coleman's not good. He is a bust. Why we're trying to turn him into something he's not and just not let it go blows my mind. And if I'm him, I'm thinking to myself, why the hell, even if I believe in myself and I think I'm a great player, why would I want to play for this franchise now? Everybody under the sun has thrown me under the bus. Why would I, even if I get better, why would I want to get better for you? You publicly called him out. Multiple. This guy has been called out more than any star wide receiver. I just don't get it. None of it makes sense to me. Maybe I'm the only one. I could be the only one here. Maybe I'm the only one. Let me know. But it doesn't make sense. And again, if I'm him, I'm like, why do I even want to get better for you guys? Why is that something I even want to do? So we'll see how he treats the offseason and what happens there. But as far as our offseason, man, do we actually go out and get anybody? There's going to be a handful of good free agent wide receivers available. Will we attempt at getting any of them? Because if we try this whole draft thing again, just so what, Bean and Brady could say, oh, these are the guys I wanted. And then what happens if they strike out? Another year missed with Josh Allen. I just don't understand why not going and getting a proven commodity. That needs to happen. They cannot risk going out in the draft and taking a chance on one of these young guys. They just can't. They don't have time. They don't have another wide receiver that could teach them. And that's what they need. But I just don't know. After what we brought in Diggs, we've done it once. And everybody blamed Diggs for his blow-ups on the sideline. Maybe the guy just wanted to win. I don't know. You haven't really heard much out of him in New England. Seems to catch a lot of passes still for Drake May. They're in the Super Bowl. Even if he isn't Diggs from 4 years ago, he has that veteran leadership where he's been there, done that. He can teach Kendrick Bourne how to do this. You know what I mean? We don't have that presence in the locker room at the wide receiver position. That's why we need a free agent that's been established, that has done it, that has absolutely done it. And I just don't know if we're going to make that move or not, because we've done it once and we'll see if we do it again. But to me, this is a year Kincaid is going to be a hit or miss. We either hit on him or we missed on him. He apparently played through a torn PCL, so he'll go undergo surgery for that, I hope. And then both him and Josh can rehab together, and maybe they can build a better connection. That once was there. But this team needs to get healthy in the offseason. They need to bring in talent. Josh needs to play as much golf as possible. Stay away from being hit. Bring wide receivers out golfing. Feel them out. Try to see who you could get, who you can't get, who's realistic, who's not. If you're in on all these meetings, Josh, might as well start getting to work, my friend. But that's been it for today's Bills Latest, my friends. We will be back with more tomorrow. Again, we were brought to you by FanArc. We hope you hit that like and subscribe button down below. It helps us out tremendously. Thank you so much.